You're ignoring the biggest investor in your life, and I can prove it with one sentence. Every 2 weeks, someone deposits thousands of dollars into your account, expecting nothing in return except your time. My name is Mr. I Invests, and I fed your exact salary scenario into 6 different AI financial models: ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Perplexity, Grok, and DeepSeek, and asked them the same question: how does someone making $65,000 a year actually build wealth? What came back was so brutally consistent, it's almost offensive. So let me show you something that'll fundamentally change how you see that paycheck you've been spending like it's monopoly money. Your employer isn't just paying you a salary. They're operating as a private equity firm with you as the portfolio company, offering you investment terms that would make any Silicon Valley founder weep with envy. But unlike those founders who actually read the term sheet, you're signing documents during onboarding while thinking about where to eat lunch. Here's what I did. I asked all 6 AIs. I make $65,000, I have $8,000 in savings, I spend about $3,800 per month. What's the path to $1 million? Every single one of them, and I mean all 6, started with the same thing. Not crypto, not real estate flipping, not some side hustle selling courses about side hustles. They all said, stop leaving free money on the table at your current job. The 401k match. Your company says they'll give you $1 for every dollar you contribute, up to 6%. That's a guaranteed 100% return the second the money hits your account. Find me a hedge fund manager who can promise that. But roughly 1/3 of employees who have access to a 401k match don't contribute enough to get the full amount. They're literally saying no to a 100% ROI because they're busy financing a truck they can't afford. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, well, Mr. I can barely pay my rent. How am I supposed to contribute 6%? I hear you, and we'll address that. But first, you need to understand what you're actually doing when you skip the match. You're not just missing out on extra money, you're refusing a capital injection from an investor who's trying to fund your escape plan. Imagine you start a company. An investor approaches you and says, for every dollar of your own money you put into this business, I'll add $1 of mine. No equity required, no board seat, just free money. You'd sign that deal so fast the pen would catch fire. But when your employer offers the exact same terms, you say, I need that $325 per month for DoorDash and subscriptions I forgot I have. ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini all calculated the same scenario. If you're making $65,000 and you contribute 6%, that's $3,900 annually, your employer adds another $3,900. That's $7,800 going into your retirement account every single year. Over 30 years, with a conservative 7% average return, that employer match alone, just the free money, not even your contribution, grows to over $400,000. You're turning down $400,000 because you didn't read the benefits portal during orientation. Here's where it gets wild. I asked all 6 AIs to build a 30-year projection assuming someone actually follows their advice. Started at age 30, salary of $65,000, modest 3% annual raises, maxing the employer match, using an HSA strategically, keeping expenses flat. The numbers that came back were nearly identical across all 6 platforms, and they all revealed the same brutal truth. The system is designed to help you build wealth, but only if you can decode the benefits package that's written like a pharmaceutical side effects label. Let me break down what these AIs identified as the hidden capital in your job.
The 401k match. If your employer offers 6%, that's $3,900 annually on a $65,000 salary. Over 30 years at 7% growth, including your contributions, you're looking at over $800,000. The HSA triple tax advantage. Grok and DeepSeek specifically highlighted this. If your employer offers an HSA-eligible health plan and contributes even $500 annually, and you max it out at the family limit of $8,300, you're getting tax-free contributions, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals for medical expenses. That's better than a Roth IRA. Over 30 years, maxing your HSA and investing it, not spending it on Band-Aids, builds another $300,000 to $500,000, depending on returns. Education benefits. Perplexity pointed out that most companies offer $3,000 to $5,250 in annual tuition reimbursement that expires every year. Use it or lose it. Learn skills that increase your earning power. That's capital you're ignoring. The average employer contribution to benefits is worth roughly 30% of your base salary. If you make $70,000, there's another $21,000 sitting in various benefit buckets that most people never touch. Over a 30-year career, even without investment growth, that's nearly $300,000 in benefits. With compound growth at 7%, you're looking at close to $1 million in wealth you built by just reading the paperwork nobody reads. All 6 AIs agreed on the same foundational strategy. I'm talking word-for-word consistency across different companies, different training data, different algorithms. That's when you know you've hit mathematical truth. Here's the framework they all prescribed. Year 1 to 3, foundation phase. You're making $65,000. You're maxing out that 401k match at 6%. That's $325 per month. You're contributing to an HSA if available, another $200 per month. You're keeping your spending at $3,500 per month, which leaves you about $300 for additional savings. It feels small. You're not buying a house yet. You're not driving a luxury car. You're still using your 10-year-old sedan. Your friends are posting vacation photos while you're meal prepping on Sundays. But you've moved $7,800 into tax-advantaged accounts, plus another $3,600 into an emergency fund. That's over $11,000 in year 1. Year 3 to 5, acceleration phase. You got a promotion. You're at $75,000 now. Here's the critical part that all 6 AIs emphasized. You keep your lifestyle basically flat. Your rent is still $1,400, your car is still paid off, you're not upgrading to match your new salary. That extra $10,000 in annual income, it goes straight into investments. Now you're saving $15,000 annually on top of the 401k match. By year 5, Claude calculated you'd have approximately $65,000 in your 401k, $18,000 in your HSA, and $25,000 in taxable brokerage accounts. Total net worth around $108,000. Year 5 to 10, compounding phase. This is where the math gets stupid. Your investments start generating returns that match or exceed your contributions. You're at $85,000 salary now, still living like you make $65,000. The difference, $20,000 annually, is going into index funds. By year 10, Gemini's projection showed a $180,000 in your 401k, $45,000 in your HSA, and $95,000 in taxable accounts. Total net worth, $320,000.
You're 40 years old. You've never made 6 figures. But you're worth over $250,000 because you understood one thing. Your paycheck isn't the end goal. Your paycheck is seed funding for you incorporated. Year 10 to 30, freedom phase. Here's where all 6 AIs showed the same inflection point. Around year 15, your investment returns start generating more wealth annually than your actual job contributions. Your 401k alone is growing by $20,000 to $30,000 per year just from market returns. Your total portfolio is generating passive growth that exceeds what you're actively saving. By year 30, age 60 if you started at 30, the consensus projection across all 6 AIs. 401k, $1.2 million to $1.5 million. HSA, $400,000 to $500,000. Taxable accounts,
$500,000 to $700,000. Total net worth, $2.1 million to $2.7 million. From a $65,000 starting salary, no inheritance, no lottery win, no lucky crypto bet, just reading the benefits paperwork and not inflating your lifestyle every time you got a raise. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mr. AI, this sounds great on a spreadsheet, but I'm out here trying to live my life. I can't drive a 2011 Honda Civic forever. People will think I'm broke. And that's exactly the problem. We've been socially engineered to broadcast wealth we don't have. We've normalized financial desperation and rebranded it as treating yourself or you only live once. Your neighbor just financed a $65,000 truck over 84 months at 8% interest. The payment is $950 per month. Over 7 years, they'll pay $79,800 for a truck that'll be worth $20,000 when it's paid off. That's not transportation. That's a $60,000 vanity subscription with cup holders. And the system loves it. The automotive finance industry has become incredibly sophisticated at tapping into these psychological triggers. They don't sell trucks anymore. They sell identity. They sell status. They sell the feeling of having made it. Meanwhile, the person who actually made it, they're driving a paid-off 2015 Toyota, maxing their 401k, and watching their net worth compound quietly in the background. The real wealthy people I know, the ones with actual assets, not Instagram aesthetics, they all share one trait. They got comfortable looking average while building something substantial underneath. That's not deprivation, that's strategy. Because here's what the AI's revealed that nobody wants to hear. Every dollar you spend on impressing strangers is a dollar that can't compound for 30 years into your freedom. That $950 truck payment, if invested at 7% for 30 years, that's $1.1 million you traded for the privilege of looking successful at red lights. The system is designed to extract your wealth through 1,000 small decisions that feel reasonable in isolation but are catastrophic in aggregate. The car payment seems fine. It's only $500 per month. That's less than rent. The house that stretches your budget seems fine. Everyone says you should own, not rent. The lifestyle inflation seems fine. You got a raise. You earned it. But zoom out. Look at the 30-year timeline. DeepSeek ran a comparison scenario. Person A follows the AI framework, lives below their means, maximizes benefits, invests consistently. Person B finances everything. $40,000 car on a 6-year loan, $350,000 house at the top of their budget, lifestyle that scales with income. After 30 years,
$2.3 million net worth, financial independence, house paid off. $180,000 net worth, still working, still has a mortgage. Same starting salary, same income growth. The only difference? Person A treated their job like an investor relationship, and Person B treated it like a paycheck to burn. Future you, sitting at age 60, is watching present you right now, and they're either grateful you understood compounding or they're furious you financed a lifestyle you couldn't actually afford. The cultural narrative says you're supposed to buy the house, get the car, keep up appearances, but the math says that's a trap designed by industries that profit when you stay broke. Only about 10% of U.S. households make over $150,000 per year, which means 90% of American households cannot comfortably afford the lifestyle that social media suggests is normal. The ultra-wealthy you see online? Statistical outliers. The person posting from a beach in Bali probably financed the trip on credit cards they can't pay off. The system wants you to think everyone else has money, because if you feel poor, you'll spend money you don't have to look rich for people who don't care. So here's what you actually do, according to the AI consensus. Step 1. Capture all free money. If your company offers any match, even 3%, contribute enough to get it. That's non-negotiable. It's 100% return. Nothing else in investing comes close.
If you're making $45,000 and your company offers even a 3% match, that's $1,350 of free money annually. Over 30 years at 7% growth, that match alone becomes $140,000. Step 2. Max the HSA if available. If your employer offers an HSA-eligible health plan, use it. Contribute the maximum. Don't spend it on routine medical expenses. Pay those out of pocket and let the HSA grow. This is your secret retirement account with better tax treatment than a Roth IRA. At 65, you can withdraw for any purpose penalty-free. It's just taxed like regular income, same as a 401k. Step 3. Live below your current means. This is the hardest part because it requires you to ignore everyone around you. When you get a raise, don't upgrade your life, upgrade your investments. If you go from $60,000 to $70,000, keep living like you make $60,000. That extra $10,000 goes into a taxable brokerage account in low-cost index funds. Step 4. Automate everything. All 6 AIs emphasize this. Human willpower fails. Automation doesn't. Set up automatic transfers on payday. 401k contribution, automatic. HSA, automatic. Brokerage account deposit, automatic. You can't spend money you never see in your checking account. Step 5. Ignore the timeline anxiety. The first $50,000 takes forever. It feels like you're grinding for nothing. That's normal. The second $50,000 comes faster. Compound interest is working. By the time you hit $500,000 in net worth, your investments are generating more annual growth than you're contributing. That's the inflection point. That's when you've won. ChatGPT calculated that at a $500,000 portfolio with 7% returns, you're making $35,000 per year from growth alone. That's a part-time job you never have to show up for. The realistic numbers for your situation? Making $65,000, contributing 6% to 401k, maxing HSA, saving an additional $400 per month.
Year 5, $100,000 net worth. Year 10, $280,000 net worth. Year 15, $550,000 net worth. Year 20, $950,000 net worth. Year 25, $1.5 million net worth. Year 30, $2.3 million net worth. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is get-rich-slowly with mathematical certainty. You can choose not to play this game. You can keep financing cars you can't afford and houses that make you broke. You can keep up appearances while your net worth stays at zero. And that's not entirely your fault. The system is designed to confuse you. But the people who actually build wealth, they're the ones who figured out that nobody's keeping score except them. They stopped caring what their coworker drives. They stopped trying to impress people at their high school reunion. They got comfortable looking average while building something substantial underneath. They understood that their 9-to-5 isn't a prison. It's a private equity firm offering them the best investment terms they'll ever see. Free money through matching contributions, tax advantages that beat any offshore account, predictable cash flow to fund their freedom. The real wealth isn't the house or the car. The real wealth is waking up at 50 years old and realizing you don't need the job anymore. You have it because you want it, not because missing a paycheck means financial collapse. That's what 6 different AIs, built by 6 different companies with 6 different data sets, all concluded when I asked them the same question. How does a regular person with a regular salary actually build wealth? The answer isn't sexy, it's not viral, it's not going to get you likes on social media. It's this. Read the benefits paperwork your employer gives you. Capture every dollar of free money. Invest it in boring index funds. Don't inflate your lifestyle when you get raises. Wait 30 years. That's it. That's the secret. The AI consensus reveals what the financial industry doesn't want you to know. You don't need their complex products, their managed funds, their expensive advisors. You need patience, discipline, and the ability to ignore everyone around you who's financing a lifestyle they can't afford. Don't be most people. Extract everything from that 9 to 5. Build quietly. Leave when the math says you can, not when your feelings say you should. I'm Mr. AI Invests. If this fundamentally changed how you see your paycheck, do me a favor. Don't just watch this and forget it. Actually open your benefits portal. Actually set up that 401k contribution. Actually automate the transfer. Future you is counting on present you to understand what 6 different artificial intelligences all agreed on. Your regular salary is the best investor you'll ever have. Stop ignoring it. And yes, don't forget to subscribe so you catch our next video tomorrow.